I just want to remind our viewers that just in the past, if not even today, I think in our primary schools, even secondary schools, before the introduction of East African Community Anthem, there used to be a hope song. We are the pillars of tomorrow's Uganda. Let us unite and seek true knowledge, yielding discipline, resourcefulness to rebuild the great pearl, which is Uganda and Africa in general. And when you see whatever is happening in Uganda, especially in the environment of political party politics, the multi-party dispensation, you realize that it's of course setting a precedence that has an impact on the generation today. The other day, like majority of the Ugandans were able to see on the front line, NBS, there was a blame. And therefore, if it was to look at whatever is happening in the Forum for Democratic Change, but also the DP, what lessons can we exactly actually draw from whatever is happening with the circus, with arrests, brutal arrests, beating people up here and there, and who are even, who actually is it affecting? So at the end of the day, it is happening at the national level, but of course it is being split down up to the local man. Just on record, I think yesterday, if not countrywide, there were the elections for the youth league for the FDC party. And perhaps when OO comes in, I remember him as a person who has really someone rated in that area, and therefore he will have his say about what is happening in where he was, or if he is there. And of course, looking at the Uganda that we need, we would want to really advocate for a better leadership with people who are integral, people with robust decision making that should not even impose a lot of bad feelings to the general public. And when you look at what is happening in the DP, personally, I see it as a skit in a manner that you recall that when you were in your secondary schools or even primary, the same issue used to happen. Maybe to appease somebody. It reminds me of the appeasement policy of Germany and I think France against Japan and all those things. And maybe whatever is happening in DP, especially against or with the ruling party NRM, it is more of appeasing, and maybe like might recall also these political parties come with a lot of interests. Somebody will say, we'll give examples of the people who have made it now, looking at our right honorable deputy speaker of parliament, Honorable Tayewa. We know historically has been part of the FDC, and perhaps the transition or whatever he was doing in the FDC must have been looked at as a tracing transition to the ruling power, might be part of the NRM. So whatever is happening is to, I think in the recent past, I think among the young people, they call it okwetega. Okwetega in terms of opportunities, okwetega in terms of survival, but also okwetega in terms of earning. So whatever is happening, I really, as a human being, but also in my own view, if quoted, that it depends on the interests. Who wants what? When do they want it? Just like you saw a jokery. When was that? Who is that? When was that? Who is that? So I think whatever is happening in Uganda today, to me, doesn't really show the clear example of the hope song that we used to sing in primary. Yeah. And perhaps the composers, those of Grace Ibingira, if they arrive today, they would of course be really shedding tears because of how Ugandan affairs are handled. Yeah. I think political parties would be looked at just as a form of mobilization, not just what is happening today. And if it is to gain the interest in Uganda today, there should be good lessons to be learned from each of the scenarios that is happening today. You saw the homecoming of Omera, Honorable Nobert Mao in Kaunda grounds. I don't know what I saw if it was true because I wasn't there physically, but what I saw in the media was more of really, it was more of handing over powers. I'm now done. Others can take the party over and over again, but for me, I'm here. Perhaps because I was telling about interest, there is the beginning with the end in mind. When you read the book of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, he will clearly tell you that whatever is happening, everybody has the beginning, and therefore they are doing something because they expect something at the end of the day. Okay? Every time you assume an office, there is what you want. So whatever is happening, whether you see Honorable Nanda Mafavi, when you see Semu Junganda, Actually, amidst them, they would even be colleagues. Even when I saw the delegates from Eastern Uganda condemning the act. So whatever is happening is equally...
It's about interests. Really.
Yeah, it's about interests.
Darren, I know you're not very politically interested, but just your comments regarding these because these parties are public institutions, and your taxes go into financing their activities. So you cannot not have interest in how they're being run, right? So just well, I mean, looking at all these, what do you just make of it?
Yeah, I think whatever is happening is really showing us where we are headed to. We may not maybe have a bigger picture right now of what may be